Hey there, welcome back to Real Life Truth, the place where we dive into topics that often go unspoken. I'm Anthony, and today we're going to talk about something that affects everyone but doesn't get nearly enough attention: sex after 35. You may think sex stays the same until menopause, but shifts that start around your mid-30s can have a huge impact on what goes on in between the sheets. For better and for, well, not so good. We've all heard that women hit their sexual peak starting in their late 30s and extending up to their early 40s, but that may not be true for everyone. Many women are surprised to hear that their testosterone, the hormone of desire, starts to decline as early as in their 20s, says Lias Milheiser, MD, director of the Female Sexual Medicine Program at Stanford Healthcare. But every woman experiences a drop of up to 50% in her testosterone levels between her 20s and 50s. You know about the factor that's coming next, but it's worth a reminder. The stresses of life in your 30s: work, family, friends, and when exactly are you supposed to fit in exercise again? Also interfere with this "in my sexual prime" ideal. Women are sexually plastic, meaning their desire is more impacted by outside factors than men's, says Milheiser. In other words, when life gets crazy, your sex drive goes to sleep. There may be an unexpected culprit causing your dryness. It's not just your naturally declining testosterone, it's your choice of contraception. You're more likely to use some form of birth control as you progress from your 20s to your 40s, according to a report from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which found that 75.3% of women 40 to 44 years old were using contraception, compared with 69.7% of 30 to 34-year-olds. And 58.3% of 20 to 24-year-olds. If it happens to be the pill, 28% of all women using birth control opt for that method, found the same CDC report. Your testosterone is taking another hit. Birth control pills stop you from ovulating, which lowers testosterone, and also increase a protein that binds testosterone, meaning there's less of it freely flowing in your bloodstream, says Alyssa Dweck, MD, Assistant Clinical Professor in the Department of Obstetrics, Gynecology and Reproductive Science at Mount Sinai School of Medicine. So you'll feel drier during sex, which can make it not so comfortable. Add a lubricant to the mix. You can also talk to your gynecologist about switching to an IUD, which doesn't have the same effect on testosterone levels. The magic number is lower than you think. You can stop putting pressure on yourself to make time for twice or thrice weekly date nights. Couples reported peak happiness when they were having sex once per week, according to a recent study in social psychological and personality science. Researchers looked at data from more than 30,000 people and found that while having sex less frequently, then that was linked to lower well-being. Happiness leveled off at once a week, meaning twice weekly, sex didn't make people twice as happy. So anytime you hear that sex gets less frequent as you get older, and that can put a strain on your relationship, hence the date nights, remember that once a week may be all you need. That thing you're after won't feel so hard to reach. Orgasms become easier for women as we age, according to results from the National Survey of Sexual Health and Behavior. Because by this point, you'll have learned how to do it. Men orgasm when they ejaculate. It's more of a mechanical process. But when women orgasm, their brains have to get into it, says Dweck. So many women in their 20s are still focusing on intercourse as a key to orgasming. It can take until your mid-30s to realize what combination of touch and thought process will get you where you want to go. Your 20s undersized. Testosterone, a hormone men need for sexual arousal, is typically high in your 20s, and so is your sex drive. But it's also a time when you could be anxious about sex because of inexperience. That might be part of why 80, and possibly more, of men in their 20s report erectile dysfunction. The condition can also happen because of a medical or mental health issue, or even be a sign that you're at risk for heart disease. Talk to your doctor about your symptoms. Your 20s and valors. You're likely to be more fertile from your teens to late 20s than you are in the years that follow. This may make you choosier about if and when you have sex, though it's not clear exactly why. In fact, scientists think that female desire might go up just as fertility starts to decline toward the end of your 20s. 30s and early 40s. Many men continue to have a strong sex drive through these years, though testosterone starts to slowly decrease around age 35. It typically goes down by about 1 per year, but it could be faster for some men. This could have some effect on your sex drive. Plus, for many men, the stress of work, family, and other commitments can affect how interested you are in sex. 30s and early 40s. This time of life may be when your sex drive is strongest. One study showed that women between 27 and 45 had more frequent and more intense sexual fantasies than younger or older women. They also had more sex and were more likely to have it sooner in a relationship. Having kids at any age, pregnancy and childbirth have a big impact on your sex life, but it's different for everyone. Your body and hormones change throughout pregnancy. That may mean a boost in libido at times, especially during the second trimester, and a lack of desire at others. You also may be anxious about whether it's safe to have sex while you're pregnant. It usually is, but ask your doctor if you're unsure. Breastfeeding, raising kids, and other work can also affect the time, energy, and interest you have in sex. 50s and beyond. If you're in good physical and mental health, there's no reason you shouldn't continue to enjoy your sex life as you get older. Ed does become more common as you age. Your erections may happen less often and may be less firm, but it's not age itself that causes the problem as much as health problems that become more common with age, like heart disease, diabetes, high cholesterol, and obesity, and the drugs that treat them. Your doctor can talk to you about your options for treating ED. 50s and beyond. Around age 50, an empty nest or less worry about getting pregnant might make some women more interested in sex. But as you head toward menopause, estrogen levels drop, which might cool your libido down a bit and lead to vaginal dryness. Hot flashes, anxiety, weight gain, and sleep problems also can make you less in the mood. Ask your doctor about medicines, hormones, lubrication, and other treatment. It's not just testosterone. You need some testosterone to get aroused, but it's not clear how much. It may vary from person to person. And though it's true your levels decline with age, scientists don't know exactly how this affects sex drive. Some men with low testosterone show normal sex drive, while others with high levels have sexual problems. Other medical issues, physical fitness, and mental health could be more important factors. Your doctor can help. Talk to your doctor about any issues with your sex drive, as they could be a sign of a medical condition. If your physical response is the problem, your doctor may prescribe hormones that can increase overall sex drive, estrogen for women, testosterone for men, or drugs that boost sexual arousal. Sildenafil Pagra, Vardenafil Litra, and Tadalafil for men, and Brame Elinati Tidalesti, and Flibanserin Edi for women.